On June 6th, 2023, my life changed when I was diagnosed with lymphedema. If you don't know what that is, I didn't. It is excessive swelling caused by the buildup of lymphatic fluid somewhere in the body. My lymphedema manifested itself out of nowhere in my left foot. It impacts my foot, my toes, my ankle, and my lower leg. There is no cure for lymphedema, and while it is not life-threatening, it is life-altering, and it requires extensive daily management. Because it is a chronic condition, the best way to control it is by wearing compression. So, every day I wear a custom toe cap. I put it over my toes and it runs halfway up my foot. I wear a tight stockinette. I then take 6 pieces of foam, 3 different shapes and sizes, and tuck them under the stockinette around my ankle to control the swelling. I then take a layer of Mobiderm foam and press it down on the top of my foot. I take this channeled foam and wrap it around my ankle. I hold all of that in place by taking 2 stretchy bandages and wrapping them in a herringbone pattern from the base of my toes to just under my knee. I wear all of that for 22 hours a day, every day, for the rest of my life. And if you're wondering why I'm not wearing all of it right now, well, the only shoes that fit when I wear all of that are slippers or a pair of wide-buckled, cushy sandals. So on a day like today, where I had a speaking engagement, I instead wear the toe cap and one of my custom compression garments. It's basically a really tall sock. For me, this sock doesn't control the swelling as well, but it allows me to squeeze my foot and leg into the boots that I was wearing, which are a size up from normal. I can no longer wear high heels, and I actually really miss them. When I was wrapping my brain around all of this after the diagnosis last summer, I was just on an emotional roller coaster. At first, I was in complete denial that I had a chronic condition. And then I was utterly confused. Like, how could this happen? And then I got really angry, frustrated, and sad. But no matter where I was on that emotional roller coaster, I never allowed myself to cry. I always stopped myself short. I felt that lymphedema had taken so much from me physically and mentally. I wouldn't give it my tears too. I felt that if I cried, it meant that lymphedema was managing me rather than me managing lymphedema. By late summer, I confided in my friend Jen Grasso about everything that was going on and my refusal to cry. She listened, paused, and then said, "You know, Jen, no one is going to give you a gold star for not crying. No one is going to give you a gold star for being so stoic. You probably need to let some of that out." Now, Jen, like me, is also a type A former litigator, so her point was well taken. But I didn't do anything with her advice until about a month later when I lost a contact lens. Now, normally that's just a costly mistake because I wear custom lenses. But on that day, it was the straw that broke the camel's back and the floodgates opened. I absolutely lost it. I was sobbing uncontrollably. And when my husband came into the bathroom to see what was going on, and I told him, I also said, "It's not about the contact lens." And he said, "I know." So that breakdown is the breakthrough that I want to share. Allow yourself to fall apart. Allow yourself to feel all the feels without judgment, without expectations, and by only giving yourself the grace to do so. That day that I cried, and all the times since then that I've cried, I realized that those tears were a critical component of my healing journey, one that I am very much still on, because those tears allowed me to grieve. I had to mourn my old normal in order to accept my new normal. I had to mourn what my foot, toes, ankle, and leg used to look like. More importantly, what they used to feel like when they weren't chronically swollen. When I could stand for more than 10 minutes without my leg getting achy as it fills with lymphatic fluid, forcing me to sit down. Those tears and all of the other emotions are what allow me to turn my mess into the message to feel all the feels. Until today, I had never spoken publicly about living with lymphedema. So I want to thank Geraldine Lawrence for inviting me to speak at the New Jersey State Bar Association's wellness event today. Sharing my story and hearing the stories of so many other women empower me and everyone else to actually own our story. Thank you.